Yeah, so in top 10 is, or top 5 is, number 1, no prisons, no torture. I would like all the prisons actually to be deleted from the surface of this earth because it is all ridiculous. If somebody is enormously guilty and is a killer, these people should be actually um, sleeping in forever because they are destroying society. They are um, always dangerous, so they should disappear from the surface of the planet. And everyone else who is in prison just because of some stupidities and not so very important um, damages or delicts, they should be just able to plant some trees or to clean the streets. Or for example, in some countries there is um, a lot of dog shit lying around. So how about they just clean this and it's done. I mean, there is no need actually to imprison somebody in this world and to make such a tragedy like torture, or just to have people sitting around in a prison for years and years without any understandings. Because trust me, the prisons are such hell-like, monstrous buildings that even 5 minutes in this building is already like 10 years minus in your life. So you don't need to actually working your ass off to make this prison looking even worse, because they are already looking the worst you can think of. The only way is somehow to make it possible for the human population not to hate prisons and police, is to delete prisons and to make it impossible for someone to stay there even for a week, because this is not normal to keep a person in such horrible situation for a week, because everyone who's normal and somehow in need of a nice environment like everyone else is gonna be going crazy even after one day in prison. It's horrible. So well, if there is some kind of possibility to delete prisons, or some kind of possibility to make them looking at least like a McDonald's, like this, or some kind of friendlier, that would be a big plus already, because right now they're the most horrible uh, buildings worldwide, and they should really disappear. It's not normal. And I would say that torture is kind of forbidden, but it is actually applied everywhere. And I've been tortured in United Kingdom because I spent one night in a prison, and they managed somehow not to put the light off. And trust me, for me, it is a torture. It's already a torture. It starts with a small thing, and then it continues to, well, all of a sudden there is no air. Maybe there's gas in this camera, and then you don't have any access to toilet, etc. So you don't know where it starts and where it is going to. So because I've been tortured in United Kingdom, uh, I would like really all the torture to disappear, because obviously it is normal to put the lights off every night, and it's something comprehensible. Or I'd like the entire Queen's family to sleep with light on, and enjoy the life. So yeah, I'd like all the torture to disappear from the surface of this planet, and everyone who's somehow pro-torture, every politician should actually retire and go for another job, and really not to bother about any politics at all, because it is on politicians to delete torture from the states and from the cities. Uh, and yeah, they are kind of almighty, so it is on time to defend human rights even in prison, and prohibit to torture people and to put people into prison, because even putting a person into prison for 5 minutes, it is already torture, because to spend 5 minutes of your life in a prison, it is torture. Instead of it, there should be some kind of psychological help or some kind of social possibility to deliver some social work or something which is useful for the society. But I mean, to sit in a prison is absolutely useless for the society if a person damages somebody. So what's the use of it that this person is in prison? So who's happy about it? It's just very stupid, and it is obviously a huge damage for the personality and character and soul and body of everyone to spend even 5 minutes in the prison. So who's actually happy about some criminal sitting in a prison instead of making the life of this person somehow more easier and more normal. People are spending their lives in prison. What for and why for? Who's happy about it? This is totally horrible and incomprehensibly cruel and should really change. And all the prison gotta be disappeared from its world immediately.